Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, Andy here. I coach men and women on living lives of abundance and joy. If they can all do it, you sure as hell can too. Daddy Andy is here. I'm going to give you some coaching, be there for all of you, provide for you. In fact, give me 1 second. I got the hat. I am not your dad, but I am your daddy. Let's get straight into some of your questions, boys and girls. Kebman says, BDSM seems to be the only way to get quick sex these days. What a limiting belief, my friend, my wonderful friend. What a load of absolute bullshit. It just doesn't have the same zing to it to say that I'm into the vanilla stuff. Sure, if you aren't proud of what you're doing, then it doesn't have the same zing. But if you embrace, I am a vanilla guy, here is the stuff that I like to do, would you like to explore that with me? Then it does have the same zing to it. You, my friend, just aren't embracing your own sexuality and you're comparing it to BDSM. You're saying that vanilla isn't good enough, vanilla is bad. And yeah, that doesn't have the same zing to it. So own your shit, my brother. Whatever it is that you like doing in the bedroom, go and do that. You're going to say, I don't know, I can do it tantric for you though, and I can keep it going for a couple of days if that interests you. Are you talking to me or are you talking to the women there? And then you go on to say some other stuff. But yeah, my friend, own your shit. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing yourself to BDSM. You do not need to be some kinky BDSM guy. In fact, I have done a couple of videos recently on how to be better at sex. This one here is called What Women Want in Bed, which is a foreplay and kissing guide. And nowhere in there do I mention BDSM at all. Actually, I might have said something like you can try BDSM if you want to, but most of that video is about foreplay and kissing and teasing and going slow and all of that and how to have really beautiful vanilla sex. I also did this video, which is not out yet, but if you're a member, you just click this join button here. You pay a couple of bucks a month and you can watch that early. Otherwise, wait a week and this video will be out about how to be the best sex that she has ever had. And I don't really even talk about BDSM much in there. So yeah, my man, you're doing the classic thing where we fall victim to limiting beliefs, and you have told a story at the start here where you say BDSM seems to be the only way to get quick sex these days. My friend, that is a crock of shit. Like I said, that's a limiting belief. Instead of looking at, this limiting belief and believing it, move past that, get over your limiting beliefs, go out there, be the beautiful vanilla person that you are. Express that in a very proud, excited way to women instead of comparing yourself to what you think you could be or should be. Go out there and just be your beautiful vanilla self. There are so many women out there that want to have wonderful, amazing vanilla sex with you. They want to take their time. They want lots of kissing. They want lots of foreplay. I just showed you a couple of videos that help with that. Go out there and live your best life, brother. Don't worry about BDSM. If you're not into it, then don't do it. I would also really, really, really recommend that you, of all people, and the rest of you as well, but you, of all people, grab a copy of my Play to Win video course and ebook. There's a chapter in there called Overcoming Fear, Limiting Beliefs, and Self-Doubt. You have a limiting belief that you need BDSM in order to get quick sex, which is, again, the biggest crock of shit that I've ever heard in my life. The vast majority of my friends have zero interest in BDSM. And they regularly have sex with women on the first date or the second date or whenever the hell they decide they want to, and they don't do any BDSM. My good friend Cam has absolutely no interest in BDSM, and he did this video here called BDSM for Normal Guys, and he literally talked about how he feels pressure he used to feel pressure to do BDSM, and he's a super vanilla person, and he's learned to just embrace that side of himself. So yeah, man, it's a limiting belief and a half to think that you need BDSM in order to have quick sex. That is the biggest crock of shit that I've ever heard in my life. And maybe some part of you knows that, maybe you don't. But yeah, that's your limiting belief. We don't have to believe our limiting beliefs. Go out there and be your vanilla self. All right, and on that same video, 7 says, thank you for your detailed answer. I've been writing notes. I also noticed that the location of the date matters. Another limiting belief. No, it does not, my friend, and I'll talk about that in a second. I've noticed more of a romantic vibe in fun places like bars, clubs, arcades, downtown areas at night. That was probably less about the place itself and more about wherever you feel comfortable making a move. There you go. So you quickly realized your own limiting belief. Brilliant. So some of my most romantic, beautiful, amazing dates ever have been at freaking 1 p.m. in the afternoon in a park drinking Starbucks. That's where I went on my first date with Nisha, the girl that I've been seeing for a while. This little freaking cutie pie here. We literally went to a park. We had Starbucks. I took her to a park. We sat there and I looked into her eyes for 20 freaking seconds and oh my God, I fell in love. Look at that cute little face. Who wouldn't fall in love with that? And I said, you are so pretty. Can I kiss you? She said, yes, we kissed. I said, let's go back to my place. In the middle of the day, in a park, drinking Starbucks. I have also gone to places like bars and clubs and felt like it was too loud and it wasn't romantic. And all of that is just my mindset and my headspace. So no, you do not need to go to a romantic place in order to have a romantic date. You can make it romantic. You could go to a park in the middle of the day, take a little picnic rug, take some wine, take some cheese, and have the most romantic date of your entire fucking life. Or you could go to a movie. I went to a movie with a girl years ago, and we just sat up the back of the movie. We went to watch like a Disney movie. We watched the Disney remake of like Beauty and the Beast, the live action remake. This is years ago. We sat up the back and we just made out like horny little teenagers. That was romantic. I've had romantic dates in a park at night. I've had romantic dates in bars. I've had romantic dates at my apartment. I've had romantic dates on the beach. I've had some dates where we walk along the beach, and that's romantic as hell. Like, romance is wherever you decide it is. And if you want romance and sparks and chemistry, it is up to you. Take full ownership of it. You right now are giving away all of your power to the location. You're saying the location is going to determine whether or not it's romantic. It's like, nah, brother, grab the bull by the horns, take ownership of this and say, I, Mr. 7-PU5WJ, what a username, I am going to take full ownership of whether or not there's romance or not. I'm going to make it romantic if you want it to be romantic. I'm going to have a romantic date in a bar. I'm going to do something romantic with her. Or we're going to go to a park and there's going to be some romance. We're going to have a real big, deep, beautiful connection wherever the fuck we are. I've had dates where we just sit on a boat, like on a ferry, and we just go around on this ferry. I've literally had a date where I sat on a train with a girl. I was like, do you want to go on a train with me and just go to wherever the fuck the train is going? And we'll get off whenever we see somewhere interesting. And she was like, oh my God, that's such a cool date idea. It was the most romantic date ever. Like, you can have romance any way you want. I understand what you're saying, that you feel more comfortable in certain places. Yeah, I get that. But you can eventually learn to be comfortable anywhere, my friends. So don't just wait for the romance. I'm going to try not to be too sexist here, but that's something that women do, where they're like, the romance just happens. You, my friend, are the man. Take fucking ownership of it and say, I am the one who determines whether or not there's romance. It's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. So yeah, go have those beautiful romantic dates that it sounds like you really want to have. All right, and then David C3375 says, I feel so far behind. I have too much anxiety to even go on a date at all. So, my beautiful, wonderful friend, you are doing something that I call looking at the mountain. So if you search on my channel for the word mountain, this video will come up called Stop Looking at the Mountain, which is where people get themselves overwhelmed at all the stuff that they left or they still have left to do. And you are doing that, my friend. You are basically saying, I have too much to do. I've got all this anxiety. I can't even go on a date. Instead of talking about what you can't do, focus on what you can do. And if you go and grab a copy of my Play to Win video course, there's a link down below to this. I have a chapter in there. I mean, first of all, this chapter is very relevant. Overcoming fear, limiting beliefs, and self-doubt. That chapter is incredibly relevant to you. But the chapter that you're especially looking for is this one here. Every problem has a solution. And so instead of focusing on what you can't do, like you're saying right now, I feel like I can't even go on a date. Stop focusing on that. You're just stressing yourself out, brother. Focus on what you can do. Can you think about having a date? Can you go on the dating apps and start talking to people online? If that stresses you out, that's okay. Again, don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. Can you at least install the fucking dating app? If that stresses you out, can you think about installing the dating app? And this is all I ever do with my coaching clients. They will come to me and say, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go on a date. I'm too nervous to do this. I say, great. I don't care what you can't do. I am interested to find out what you can do. So can you at least install the dating app? Or if that's scary, can you think about it? If you can't go outside and talk to women, can you go outside and think about talking to women? If that scares you, can you think about going outside to think about talking to women? Like, what can you do? And this is just called baby steps or exposure therapy. So focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. And again, I would grab a copy of the Play to Win video course. The link is down below to that. So yeah, my brother, you're just getting yourself all stressed about what you can't do. And by the way, for someone like you, dude, just join one of my different I've got several different coaching tiers and options for you. Join one of the fucking coaching programs that I offer, man. Like, why are you trying to do this by yourself? That's like playing on hard mode. Get me or my coaching team to help you. Come join like the Abundance Collective. It's $200 a month, dude. They would help you with this. You're playing on nightmare mode if you try and tackle this by yourself when you have this much anxiety. Stop trying to be a big man doing everything by yourself, which is half of you, by the way. Stop trying to be a big man trying to do shit by yourself. Let people help you. And on this video here about whether or when you're struggling to approach, I basically gave a bunch of motivation and I said, hey guys, you're allowed to just walk up to women and say hi. It doesn't have to be complicated. I know you're scary, but you're scared, but they're just human beings. And Zach Dulac, Mr. 2927 says, I needed this. Thank you. Glad to hear it, my brother. I am here to serve. And on this video here, about my old mentor, Good Looking Loser, a guy named Chris from Good Looking Loser. I just did a video basically talking about how much he helped me, how much he changed my life, and his website is basically dead now. He's taken his website off and he's taken his YouTube channel down. Dark Knight 526 says GLL represent, and the Breakthrough Engine, who is my friend Ravi, says we will always represent Good Looking Loser, man. I will always run the forums for free. He's talking about my old forums. I built a forum after the Good Looking Loser forums died, and then I handed it over to Ravi and some of my other friends to run. And Ravi says, I will always provide free and safe space for men. King Chris will live on. Yeah, Good Looking Loser or Chris was someone that had a very big, very beautiful impact on my life and Ravi's life, and a lot of you also feel the same way. A lot of my mindset in the early days came from Chris. Things like it's a numbers game. Go out there and just be honest and tell a woman that you find her attractive or you find her sexy. You don't have to play pickup artist games like self-improvement, like dress better, lose weight, hit the gym, all of that. A lot of that came from him. So I am so unbelievably grateful to him. I always will be. And if he ever comes back, I will be the first person to give him a big hug, welcome him back, and see if he wants to come on my channel and do an interview or something, and we can see what the man has been up to. All right, and on this video about how to stop having platonic dates and start having sex instead, where I basically just said, own your sex drive. If you want to have sex with someone, just say, I find you attractive. Do you want to have sex with me? Like, you can just be autistically honest and say what you want. Chung Lu 9492 said, well said. It's about letting go. Letting go of the need to act, letting go of worrying about her response, and letting go of her judgment. Yeah. And that is the definition of outcome independence. Just saying, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to go talk to that girl, or I'm going to go on the date with that girl and tell her how I feel. If she likes me, brilliant. Isn't that cool? If she doesn't like me, awesome. I've learned something and I get to practice my stoicism, and I don't waste her time and she doesn't waste my time. And so I can be grateful for her telling me that she doesn't want to see me again, or that she's not interested in me. Or if she says I have a boyfriend, I can say, I wish you both the best. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you guys have a beautiful relationship. And the more you let go of this need to try and fucking control the outcome all the time, and like, I need this woman to like me, I need this person to text me back, and women do the same thing. I need this guy to respond to me, I need this guy to go out with me, I need him to find me pretty, I need him to be, honest and upfront with me. When we let go of the need to control other people, and we just show up for whatever happens, and we roll with the punches, so to speak. And if we don't like someone, we go and talk to the next person. Man, the more that we're able to do that, the happier we can be. One of my favorite books on this topic is this beautiful book here. It's called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. And a lot of people hear that word down there, surrender, and they have a big freak out because they go, oh shit, surrender. Isn't that quitting? Isn't that giving up? No, that's not what this means. It means accepting what happens. And so she says no to you, accept that, and move on and talk to the next person. This book is by David Hawkins, one of my favorite people. And there is another book that is doing the rounds right now, which is basically the exact same concept as Letting Go. It's super popular right now. I think it's New York bestseller right now. It's called The Let Them Theory. And look at that, freaking 20,000 reviews. Oh my goodness, this book is popular. I've seen this everywhere. A bunch of girls have told me they've read this book and they said it's amazing. And they're like, Andy, you got to read this book. And I'm like, I basically have. It's called Letting Go by David Hawkins. But I like this book too. It's about the same concept. Let people do whatever the fuck they're going to do. That doesn't mean they step all over you and they control you and they use you and all of that. No. Let them be who they're going to be. Let them do what they're going to do. And then you make your decisions accordingly and adjust accordingly. And so the same with dating, man. Like, yeah, you get it, dude. You absolutely understand it. You walk up to a woman or you go on a date with a woman, you say your thing that you want, like, I would like to take you out for a drink, or I'd like to go out with you, or I want to kiss you. Can I kiss you? Would you like to come back to my place? You say the thing you want. And then she says whatever she's going to say, and you guys can figure it out together. You know, she's not the enemy that you need to be afraid of. She's not the object that you have to try and control and manipulate and force a certain response from, and then get butthurt or offended or personally fucking indignant if she doesn't say the thing that you want to say. We're not children here, guys. We're not children. We're adults, yeah? And just because someone doesn't want to sleep with us, we don't have to throw a fucking tantrum and be like, oh my God, how could this happen? My heart, how could she do this? And I'm not saying don't feel your feelings. You're going to feel some feelings when you first start this shit, but we don't have to throw a big tantrum and say, it's not fair. I got rejected. I got ghosted. How could this happen to me? Why, universe, are you doing this to me? It's like, let go. It's okay. And this book helps you with letting go. So does that book I showed you, the Let Them Theory. Let go. Or let them go talk to the next person. It's all going to be okay. And maybe we'll finish up with one more comment. The Breakthrough Engine, my friend Ravi says, Andy has a really strong energy lately. Very masculine and grounded. I feel it. Thank you, my friend. I am working on injecting a little bit more energy, a little bit more passion, a little bit more enthusiasm into some of my videos. So thank you for noticing, my good friend. And we'll finish up with a little victory. This is a coaching client. I have his permission to read this out. This is from the Abundance Collective, our $200 a month community and coaching group. And he said, I asked a girl out who I met in person for the first time in a while. She's not really interested in dating me, but she was cool about it. I'm actually grateful to her for being nice, but still being clear that she's not interested. Yeah, we get everyone in the coaching program to focus on gratitude instead of being hurt and butthurt and all of that just because someone doesn't want to date them. There are always hidden benefits in everything, and someone saying no to dating you comes with all of these beautiful things that you can be grateful for, like she's teaching you stoicism. She's teaching you the numbers game, that not every single person is going to be into you. She is saving you time, because imagine if you went on a date with someone that doesn't really want to date you, but they just go along with it because they don't want to hurt your feelings and make you butthurt. And so look at all these beautiful gifts that she is giving him by saying no. He says, I still consider this a huge W for honesty. Yeah. And outcome independence. And now I have the freedom to move on and keep working. Yes, she has freed you up to go out there and keep playing the numbers game. So big shout out to him. If you would like to join him and the other clients in the Abundance Collective, there is a link down below. We will change your life. We'll be there for you. Tons of accountability. I have a whole bunch of members-only videos and audios and training material basically that's in there as well. You get access to some of my paid video courses and ebooks. Those are in there as well. Link down below. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals, and have a lot of fun doing it.